Okay, we're live on YouTube.
Okay.
Good evening, good afternoon, or morning, depending on where you're joining us from. It's Opinion Sharers once again this beautiful evening of Saturday. And as usual, we're bringing you another topic that is of concern. It's really worrisome that a lot of ordinary people, average Nigerians, have lost their money to another Ponzi scheme. And personally, I'm just worried about the fact that people are prone, they are prone to falling victim to all kinds of scam.
Mm,
And I think Ponzi scheme in Nigeria now, since probably around 2006, 2007, has been almost recurrent. Another one will crash and then another one will spring forth. It would crash, another one will spring up. And, the system is almost the same thing,
mm.
or the approach of recruitment is almost the same thing. With me, this evening is Timley, who is going to be looking at the situation because we are both concerned. All of us on this platform are concerned about this kind of a thing happening to people. So, a few of our people might still join us, but if not, two of us will do justice to the topic, I believe. So, Timley, what's your take on the fact that our people are prone to falling victim? I don't know whether to say we are even victim anymore now.
Thank you. That's an interesting question, and the truth is that Nigerians. Okay, let me begin with what we said backstage before we went live. That Ponzi schemes are everywhere in the world, irrespective of the development level of any nation or economy. It's everywhere, and it's based on one thing: greed. So the scammers that want to scam you, they present an opportunity to you, a very juicy opportunity that if you put a certain amount, you will get double of it, maybe in X number of days. But the truth is that you know that there is no viable business model behind it. There is no viable business that supports whatever you are doing. And even if you go to the most profitable business in town and say if you invest that certain amount of money you are willing, they are asking you to invest. The question you should ask yourself that if this is a legit business, are you able to get that much money back from it as a profit? So that means that if you cannot get it based on whatever model you follow, maybe it's maybe shares or mutual funds or even relatable businesses are around your city, and you cannot get that amount, then you should know that it's scam. So now you've approached the bank, you've approached legit investors, you've approached legit businesses, and you know that maybe they are offering you 15%. 15% even sounds it sounds scam to me, right? So if it's maybe say 5 to 10% that they are offering you on an annual basis, and someone comes and says you will get 30% in 30 days, it's either you are greedy or you just don't you are ready to part with your money. So I think all of these things is they are just based on greed, on the greed of people. You want to reap where you have not sown. Yeah, you might say you have sown that your whatever you put down, but does it make sense to make that much money from it after 30 days, after 15 days, after 10 days, or after 1 year that they are promising? So, and I would, as much as we have to not blame people at their lowest, we still have to say the truth that you know that there is no profitable business that can yield that much money. So if they are saying you should bring that money and you will get something back, you know that it's based on your search or quest for money. I was listening to Maso Ibo yesterday where the gentleman was questioning Baba Jobiwe, and something popped up. I think it was one of the questions they asked, that if I can't really remember the context now, but if you are greedy, you are looking for trouble, frustration, depression, and loss. If you are greedy, you always want more. You want more. You want more. That means you are knocking on the door of unfortunate situations like losses and depression. So I would also say that we can tie it to the state of the economy in town. People know that their legitimate means of earning money is not it's not sustainable enough, for them to live life. So we are not even saying to live a flamboyant life this time around. We are saying to live the basic life possible. Imagine a man that cannot take his children to the hospital, that cannot afford, health care, someone that cannot afford 3 square meals for his family, someone that cannot even pay school fees. How do you expect the salary that is not enough? Because we all know that Nigerians are not earning enough, no matter how much you think you are earning. If you are earning even 300,000, 1 million, 2 million, that is not the best that could be for your skill set or for whatever you are offering in that organization or in that public office. So the truth is that Nigerians are they are earning way lesser than they should be earning. And if there is a certain lifestyle, and inflation has caught up with whatever people are earning in Nigeria. So if there is a certain lifestyle you were living 2 years ago, if you want to maintain that kind of lifestyle today, and there is no vivid increase in your means of earning, then that means that you have to look for alternative means. That does not give you the go ahead to go look for Ponzi schemes like CBEX or MMM or money. I don't know what other names there are, but the point is the state of the economy is also a contributory factor that we cannot ignore right now.
Okay. Now, I agree with you. The economy is probably a contributing factor. It's not even probably, it is a contributing factor. I found out that, a proxy of the so-called organization, CBEX, was registered with what do you call it? CAC, which anybody can just go there and just register something. I don't think they verify anything. Okay. And then I think there's also some kind of registration that they did with EFCC. All right, to say they are transacting in consulting business and all, and because of that, probably they use that to also lure a lot more people into this thing. Now, I find out that this thing is mostly external organizations or external players, right, with a few local people who are championing it.
Right.
Right. So now, how is it that people can, attempt to verify the veracity of organizations? Meanwhile, let's not even talk about the fact that Ponzi schemes has a pattern.
Right.
And you talked about it earlier. Okay, somebody is saying wrong generalizations, sir. I would appreciate if you shed light on what you mean by generalization so that we understand your take. Anyway, so we know that Ponzi scheme has a pattern, but then people can be ignorant of it. People can be financially ignorant to the extent that they don't know that if it is too good, it is, if it is too good to be true, it is most likely not true. Right? So how do you think there is a measure, or mechanism that can help people to verify the veracity of such investments before they venture in?
Right. Thank you very much. Apart from the fact that Nigerians are earning way less than they are maybe than what they should be earning, the truth also about Nigerians, and I would say mostly Africans, is that we don't do research and we hardly learn from our mistakes. All right. So and that also tells in the way we do our elections, the way we vote for people. It's still the same pattern since 1999, right? There hasn't been any huge difference. All right. So the way we do our things, we hardly learn from mistakes. A certain politician comes and tells you that I am going to do this, 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 and that for you. And they go into the office 4 years down the line, maybe 2 years down the line, people are already shouting like, oh, no, this person. But just give them another 1.5 years. When it's just 6 months to another election, the same politician comes and just gives them some money. Nigerians will go with it and also vote for that same politician And in another 2 years, that's why we have certain politicians in the Senate for over 16 years. And they are there. They over what's the name of this former military governor, David Mark, is still there today, right? Or I don't know if he wasn't voted the last time. But if he was voted the last time, that would make it his sixth term as a senator. And that's disturbing, right? So that's to tell you that we keep complaining, but we don't learn from mistakes. If we had learned from mistakes, there are a lot of other schemes that have come and gone. And they are always based on the same pattern, like you said the other time. They will tell you that you will get a certain amount of bonus when you refer people. That's number one. And they will tell you an unimaginable profit margin that, for instance, let me read what CBEX told people. They said that they will get 100% back in 30 days. Let's be sincere with ourselves. What business would you do? So when I said greed, I knew what I was saying. If that person should take themselves as a business person now and go start a business, what business would they do? Would Dangote even say such that is making 100% profit? And mind you, when you are talking about businesses, we are not even talking about operational costs. We are not talking about capital expenses. We are not talking about operational costs. Like you buy equipment, whatever business you will do, there will be running costs. So when after you factored all those running costs on probably salary, if you are now CBEX carted away with 1.3 trillion naira. Trillion, not billion, trillion naira. So in Canadian dollars, that's about $1 billion. And if we are looking at it from the perspective of US dollar, you are talking about around 800 billion US dollars. So, and these are just ballpark estimates. They could be more than that. And 1.3 trillion, who knows? This is just the amount people can track. All right. So what I'm just trying to say is that they are all based on the fact that we don't learn from mistakes and we are generally greedy. So if there is any way we want to measure, like the question, let me go directly into the question now. Ask yourself, what business can you do that will yield that amount? You see, that's why many people fell for forex when forex came. And so certain people say, young people especially say, if you give me some certain amount of money, I will give you 10%, 15%, 20%. That sounded really reasonable, right? And so I wouldn't blame many people that fell for it, because it wasn't 100%. But CBEX is unimaginable. So for you to have fallen for CBEX, and that's why you don't see it online. Because again, Nigerians generally want to add success to themselves. All right. So they want to add success because you would have seen it online. And people would have warned other people that don't try this 100%. No. So I don't know what they are telling them in their group, that maybe they don't say it outside, because they know that if you are falling for it, if you have even conceived the idea of investing, that means you are gullible in the first instance. 100%. 100%. It does not make any sense. So I really would like to hear Mr. Charles Oladini's version of wrong generalization that he mentioned when you were speaking. Honestly, because 100%, Dangote cannot make that after paying staff. Cannot make that after all investment expenses and all that. You can't even make 50%. Nobody has ever recorded in the history of doing business. So the question is how do you think? Now, that's one thing. So you first look at it in reality and put emotions, put the way you are feeling, the butterfly in your belly, that I'm going to put your expectations on one side and face the reality. Is it possible to make that amount of money in 30 days? In 30 days. That is not even on annual basis. 30 days. How possible is that? That's number one. Number two is that, what were the things you saw that made you think this is legit? And you mentioned a few of them. You said they were registered with, they had some affiliate registration with EFCC and CAC. It doesn't hurt to inquire, because there is a red flag already. If there
it's
were
just
no
a Google away. It's just Google away. That's what it is.
right. So if you have not seen any red flags, it's a different ball game. Even if you come to me with an investment proposal and that we will be earning 10% per month, I will still do my research. I will still do my research, let alone 100% in 30 days. So there is a red flag, and they said that they are registered with EFCC. And you will first ask yourself, why are they registering with EFCC? Because they are supposed to be registered with CAC, and that should have done justice to it if they were just a business. But
No, so the thing is that if they are going to be transacting in such financial, level, they are supposed to
right,
be registered with, I think, an organization known as SEC.
yeah,
Maybe if you can Google it, those are the ones that's responsible for making sure that you have enough deposits, like for you to operate in Nigeria as a microfinance bank, for instance, or as a fintech. You
yeah,
need to be operating with some of the government agencies and deposit a significant amount of money with
right,
them, such
yeah.
that if you default, people's money will not go away. They will use whatever money you have with the government to settle them.
But that's
But
SEC,
now these
right?
people, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
now these people, what they did is to register something technologies.
Mm.
Do you understand? So they now say it is a proxy name for CBES,
Okay.
which is registered as a consulting firm.
Okay.
Do you understand? So even if you Google that something technologies, you would have seen that this thing is registered as just a consulting firm, not a firm that is supposed to transact in cash or savings or any of such businesses.
Like
Do
you
you
rightly
understand?
said, it's just Google,
Yeah,
right?
it is
Like,
Google away.
so exactly. So why? So my question now is that, for instance, if I have a business, I don't have to tell you that I'm registered with EFCC. That's the idea that I'm trying to communicate. I can tell you that I'm
Okay.
registered with the relevant authorities. I'm registered with. I don't have the mention of EFCC makes my mind go like, yeah, why? Are you trying to shield something? Are you trying to convince me, like, or you are trying to confuse me? Why? What's your business with EFCC? Are you you get my point now? So it's just like somebody that's going to steal something from you and say they are registered with the police. Like, you know that police will go after thieves. Yeah, you say you get what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to just present a viable business model and give me what the business is about. I don't need to know your affiliation with the EFCC. So the mention of EFCC, I don't know. The truth is, this thing has been around since 2024, July
Do
2024,
you know? Do you
July.
know? I wasn't aware of it until a friend of mine said, just called me and said she was chatting with somebody, and the person was complaining about Sibes, permit me for those who may not understand Yoruba. Sibes iti baye àwọn èèyàn jẹ́. Sibes ti ṣe kinní kan. And I said, what is Sibes? I said, what is Sibes now? And that's when the person said, you cannot say you don't know about it. I said, well, I'm not aware now. He
Yeah,
said, really? That
yeah.
everybody's been around, people have been talking about it. I said, well, nobody has mentioned it to me. And I've been online at least. So I didn't even see any information like that going all around. And I learned that people have gone to take loan from the bank.
To play.
Okay? This civil servant going to take loan from the bank to so-called invest it.
Yeah.
And
So
now they've lost their money.
yeah, if it was an unemployed person that did that, it would have been a different case, right? You would say that person is looking for money. But for an employed person to do that is either great or the state of the economy. So I don't like to entirely put the blame on them, but the fact is that they could have just done their research and know that this is not true. This is a lie already. You shouldn't put your money there. And when you put your money there, you should expect nothing short of frustration and disappointment, honestly, because hundred
So
percent that throws me off balance. 100%, 100%. I wasn't sure
it's
about the profit margin before, but when I checked, 100%. Ah,
100%. So Tiblai, you are somebody that is also probably into crypto, okay?
yeah,
And some of the buzzwords that I learned has been thrown around is what's like crypto, technology, blockchain, and all of those things. So people are clueless about what they really are, and somebody will just come to you if you can. This is in dollars. I think it appeals to the greed of the normal or natural Nigerian.
Right.
You understand? So
Yeah.
now, and it also ride on the back of MLM, which is multi-level marketing. Right from the days of what is that product? There's the medicine that they used to advertise using the GNLD. Since the days of GNLD,
And there
that's
is
when I've
Oriflame.
hated that
There
word.
is Oriflame. There
Huh?
is GNLD. There is Oriflame.
Okay, I don't even know that one.
Yeah. They call it
Now,
Oriflame.
when I was still in railway many years back, they invited me to. They said there's a seminar where they teach you about how to make money and all of those things. And the room was packed full. We prayed like 10 minutes. After the prayer session, and then they began to show slides. They started with the amount of money you can make in millions, and then how you can do it. You need only 3 people, or is it 5 people that you need to only convince? And then after all of those things, they begin to share paper and say, if you are interested, come and register. What you do is to just photocopy this paper, and you also sell it to other people who. So I'm beginning to ask myself, what is the product? They say it's medicine. So what if I'm not able to sell this? If I buy it, if I pay and get that 5 form or 1 form, I go and photocopy it, and then I get a bunch of tablets. What if I'm not able to sell, or that person is not able to sell? Where will that money come from?
Yeah, it goes.
You understand? Since that time, anything multi-level marketing, I don't want to hear it. Right. Because it appears to be a scam to me. Unfortunately, that is the same strategy that has been used by all the scammers, all the Ponzi schemes that are operated and be successful in Nigeria.
Right.
Now, so do you think it's just a combination of greed and poverty, or the failure in our system? But then it's also everywhere else. But I just feel like it is a lot here. Nigeria is a poor country. So to say that we've lost $1 billion, to such scheme in probably 1 year, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not government's money. Government has a lot of money,
right,
to share or to distribute or to steal. But these are people, money on the street.
Yeah.
Money from small businesses, money from the bank, from the commercial bank, is carted away.
Yeah.
So I want us to touchlight it, because it's the propensity to this thing is what I want us to question. What is there anything that's particularly wrong with us, even though I know it's not peculiar to us, it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And some of these businesses or these schemes didn't even originate in Nigeria. But why the high propensity?
Right. Yeah, you would think that Nigerians would not fall victim again after MMM, because MMM.
Yeah, after MMM.
Get it. And when I learned that Nigerians don't learn, is that MMM came, and certain December 2016, it packed up, and people lost all sort of investment, and it just resurfaced again around maybe April 2017. Guess what? People jumped at it.
The same MMM?
Yes. The same MMM. I'm very much aware of what I'm saying. So MMM came. It's just like he went for holiday in December, and they just came up with another strategy that if you lost money, don't worry, you will get it back. Just invest more, and then you get more. And it happened like that. And the first month, people were putting money and they are getting money back. They are putting money and getting money back, and they felt like, oh, but you still owe me some outstanding money. But this one that I'm getting, I'm okay. Until they did not know that he went back to re-strategize to coup more money from them. So the truth is that there are no digital trails in Nigeria. So if MMM had happened, for instance, in the US or in Canada, what I know will happen is that if it comes up again, only a few people will be targeted. Number one, the people who are not learned. But it's very difficult in Nigeria today to differentiate who is learned from who has not been to school. Because in Nigeria, it is money that dictates who you are. Many people's identity
Mm.
are tied to what they have. And that is why
How
there is
much
that,
they have.
yeah,
Mm.
and there is that need. They believe that that's the only value they've got. And there is that need to show this is how much. That's why you see weddings, you see burial ceremonies where people are just showing off, with money. They are showing off what they have, they are showing off the kind of cars. That's why you see when people will leave their homes and they will go to their neighbor's house that is more beautiful to take pictures at the front of the house. There is this constant need to show people that this is what I have got, this is what I have. But if people were really not about what they have or what they can, sometimes it's not even about what people can eat. I know there is a real situation in Nigeria where people are looking for what they can eat, but there are some people that can actually eat. They have got to eat, but they just need to. There is that need to show. All right. So someone that has money in Nigeria, whether they went to school or not, they are of the same value to someone that has someone that's, I don't know how to describe this without placing some people on lower cadres, right? But that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, people just need to show. People have that need, not necessarily to gather money, to gather affluence for the purpose of showcasing to other people who really don't care. Who really don't care. If you ask some people, why did you get into what you are? I saw somebody that, a young boy, he just drove by and he just splattered water on me, and I feel like, I gotta make it too. And, something like that. So people just have, some unreasonable reasons for looking for money. And that's why they end up looking for money in places unimaginable. So I would say there are no digital trails in Nigeria. So if there were digital trails, these monies that have been moving from one place is a huge amount of money. 1.3 trillion is a lot of money. Whether it is moving gradually,
Yeah.
if we really have a fraud detection agency in Nigeria that is actually doing its work. You see, all of these agencies in Nigeria, they are reactionary. They are not active. They only react
Of
to
course.
to situations that have already happened. So in Nigeria, we have a reactionary strategy. We don't have active strategies. We don't work. We don't mitigate. We don't try to stop problems before they happen. When problems happen, that's why you see FCC all over the place. The same thing during MMM. During MMM, people's money have already gone. It was towards the December period that central bank started saying, don't put money, got the law. No put money, we will bring them to book, we will do this and that. Normally, there should be digital trail. All these monies that are moving around, where are they going? What businesses are backing them? What are the sources? Let me tell you something. If there is a certain amount that drops in your account here or in the US that you do not work for, that's why the idea of paying cash in all these crime movies, that's where it comes from. Because there are digital trails. You cannot be depositing money into certain accounts without the government knowing. They would know. They will know. So that's where the idea of paying cash, except the only scam that will work here, that will capture that large amount of money, will be by cash. So there is still a case of government inefficiency. Honestly speaking, there is no way we want to talk about
Mm.
this without actually talking about our system.
Of course.
Without talking about our
So
system.
could it be that people are withdrawing this money and changing it to dollar in Nigeria and taking it out? Or do you think that, because the truth is that in Nigeria of today, no one dollar can get out within bank that will not pass through the central bank?
Yeah, that's the case. But I feel like all of these crimes are perpetuated within Nigeria. It's not even about going out. It's not even about going out.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not about going out. All of these things are done within Nigeria. These things are done within. Now, it's a referral thing. You refer somebody, and the person you refer will pay. Is Peter pay Paul, rob Peter to pay Paul. It's just like MMM. It's not different.
Yeah.
So you, in fact,
Yes, but the thing is,
they have Telegram group. Oh. They have
uh,
multi.
I learned to
They
I
have.
learned that they
I saw
have
it on Twitter.
people. There are thousands.
They have so imagine what they told them. They said that they have difficulty, getting their investment out of the system. So if you really want to get your investment out, you have to deposit. That's their way of cutting away with a lot of money. That's their exit strategy. So you have to deposit hundred
How?
dollars. You have to deposit $100, and
Yeah,
all of
in a bank or cash.
I don't know, but I know they have it. I saw the conversation on their Telegram group. So on these Telegram groups, they have about some places they have about 30,000 participants. Some about 17,000 participants, and they have group A, group B, group C, group D, B, G, F, G. They have all those things. I tell you, and people are putting money there. People are putting, and the fact that a brother, you have a younger brother, and you have money, and you know that you don't want to give your younger brother or your elder brother this money, but you can go and deposit it into Zibex, and you are not telling anybody about it. Oh, what this Onweku,
Uh-huh.
So the point is, we cannot take away greed, government inefficiency, especially in the aspect of digital trail. You would imagine that if there is anything happening in Nigeria again, the government will start telling you, come and put your thumbprint, your this again. How many times are we going to do all those things? You would think that the way we do it multiple times, that there will be something like FBI level scrutiny on all of our activities. But it's
Mhm.
all a lie, because everybody is just trying to get money out of people, right? Right?
Okay,
People
yeah, Timlane,
yeah,
quickly, I want you to look at the tendency to cheat the system. Okay, because what I learned from discussing with my friend is that people are aware, they know that this thing will crash. Do you understand?
yeah,
So they know, oh, it's raining now, people are putting money, let me quickly put money and quickly cash out.
yeah.
So is it that that is a major situation? So it's not as if they are not aware that this thing will crash,
Oh, if they are aware, then that's
but they
another
are
level.
just it's just a high level of tolerance for risk.
Ah, I
So they
see.
want to quickly put money and cash out, and then because a lot of people were still saying that they cash out money from MMM. That me don't do my own, I don't cash out sharp sharp. So let me say quickly do my own and cash out. Because see, there's a tendency, I cannot deny it, that there's a tendency among Nigerians to cheat the system.
Yeah,
Could it be that this is probably a major contributing factor?
yeah. It's certainly a major contributing factor, because the system itself is a cheat. All right, the system itself is a cheat. The system is cheating people already, and people feel cheated by the system. So there is that propensity to say, I want to cheat the system. But the question now is that, are you really cheating the system? If you go into Ponzi schemes like MMM or CBEX, I mean, during MMM, I was young, I was naive, I participated in it. And ever since then, I said to myself, it's never going to be me again, because I see what it's all about. People try to convince you that this is the way to go, this is how you build wealth, this is how you make money quickly. But the point is, if you want to really change the system,
So you put money in MMM.
that's why I know a lot about it. That's why it was in 2016. Okay, now the thing is, in 2016, I was doing my internship, and after that internship, I was going to final year, and I did that MMM, even recruited a lot of people from around my neighborhood, and a lot of people got money and got out of it really. But we really never understood the end game, because we felt like, oh, it's a self-sustaining system. And I particularly, my opinion was that so far people keep putting money in, money will keep going out, because that was how the system was. They say you give help, then you get help. So you give money and then you get your
Mm.
money back. So what I thought was happening at that moment was that, and of course that's because I'm a scientist, I don't know anything about business then. I thought you will put money and I think that your money comes out maybe after 48 hours. I felt like there was a business they were doing. So when you put the money there, and since the money is generating over time, so after 48 hours, even though you get your money, they might be running at deficit, but in the long run, it will lead to more profit for them, because they were actually paying 30% then. If you put 10,000, I think you will get 13,000. That's how it works that time. And I thank God I didn't put more than 10,000 at that point. 10, maybe 10, 20,000. I can't really remember now. There were scholarships that I won that time, and I believe I could have put some of it in it. So, but the point is, after it crashed, I understood, and you can't blame me. Then I was I was in my 20s, and even though I was supposed to be an adult, but I was naive, and that is me owning up to it. All right, I can't go around blaming the government because I was an adult. I was over 18. I did it myself. Even though I didn't know I didn't know everything about this about how the system worked that time. But then that was an eye opener for me, and I felt like if people, and MMM was all over Nigeria, people heard about it. In fact, more than Nigeria, in Kenya, people felt it. So I felt like if there was a fraud that crosses borders, people should have learned, right? But it looks like these people just go and recoup and say, oh, it's been 10 years. Let's do something for these guys again and get some money from them.
Mhm.
And there was
I
a joke on
think
Twitter.
so. I
Somebody said,
actually lost I lost money to Seedvest in 2000 and I think 2007 or yeah
2006.
2007.
I know
I
about
went. That was the
Sylvester.
first time I got. Was this? Yeah, you heard about Seedvest?
I heard about it, but I really didn't know it was a Ponzi scheme, because there was my older brother that did it, and he won a lot of money from it. So I knew he got a lot of money
Exactly.
from it.
Yeah.
So I knew, but I didn't know.
Exactly. A lot of
So
people were saying they make money from it, but so I also got into it. I have secured admission to study in South Africa. So I thought if I put this 45,000 naira I would be able to secure money to buy my ticket.
oh my.
I think it was after 3 weeks. I think it was after 3 weeks that I put my money. I mean, this was like they had offices. They don't take cash. You have to
Yeah,
go and pay your money to the bank, and then you will take the what do you call it? The pay
teller.
slip.
Yeah,
Is it? No, the teller, God bless him. It was the
yeah.
teller. You now take the teller to their office. You have to transport yourself. Imagine I was working in Mushin that time. I paid the money to the Guarantee Trust Bank. I took the teller, I'm going to forward me one moto.
Oh, you can.
Ojodubaga. That was where their office was. And when you get to the office, it was busy. So you
Yeah,
never can
everybody's
believe
looking for
that
money.
it was a scam.
Yeah, everybody's looking for money. Everybody's looking for money, and that's
And
why I say Nigeria should have learned. Nigeria
since
should
that
have
day,
learned from it.
I've never lost 1,000 naira to anything that say we double
You
your
see,
money.
you see. So maybe if I was old enough, or if I had enough money during seed first, maybe I would have learned not to go into MMM. But I went
Mm.
into MMM. Guess what? My
Yeah, but
brother did not go. That my
so the
brother
thing is,
that time that went into seed first, he
yeah,
did not go to
yeah.
MMM. You see how people learn from, and because he didn't approve of MMM, I didn't tell him about it.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
Okay.
Because he didn't approve of MMM. I think
So,
I was the only person that did MMM in my family, and maybe my older sister that is just above me. So we put money in MMM, but the point is we learned from it, and it would never happen again. That's the bottom line. But what I'm not trying to say is that, back to your question of cheating the system, at At whose expense
Mm.
are you cheating the system? If you want to go get money, you want to up in, up out quickly to get your money, you should know that the money you are getting, somebody is paying for it. And that person is not the system, it's not the government, it is your fellow citizen. It is another young person, another hustler like you that is going to pay for
Hustler,
it.
like yourself.
Yeah. So that's the point. At the end of the day, you are not cheating the system, bro. You are breaking the system. You are breaking the system. You are causing more pain. Even if you got in, got your money, got out, that money is blood money. Honestly.
Mm.
Because somebody is going to cry tears and blood for it. Because it might not be the person in the immediate person after you that invest. It might be somebody your 5 levels down line that is going to cry. So you are not actually cheating the systems.
Yep.
The politicians, the people in places of power, they are insulated against all of these things. They know not to invest. They
Yeah,
cannot invest
they
because
won't.
the way they cash out, it pays them better than this 100%. They are getting over 500,000%.
Yeah,
So they don't care about the percent. These are crumbs to them. So you are not breaking any system. You are not cheating any system. There is no way you can cheat the system.
not at all.
There is no way you can cheat the system except you go and be the system yourself. So what we should be doing, I believe, is there should be some sort of education, because we are, even though many of us go to school, we are highly uneducated, highly, and I am not shy to say that, highly uneducated, highly, a very high percentage. People go to schools to collect BSc, BTech, MSc, HIV, PhD, everything. But at the end of the day, they will still go and invest in CBES. So what's the use
Yeah,
of my
because
own
they
life?
want to cheat the system. They want to
Because
quickly make. They want to quickly cash out.
right? Because the education is not just about books and schools, it's also about logic, it's also about
It's
reasoning,
about discipline.
it's about critical assessment of situations, it's about a lot
Mhm.
of things other than books. So
Mhm.
if you have gone to school to collect MSc and you go and invest in CBEX, you should check that your certificate again and ask if you are not a
Mm.
fluke.
Maybe they should withdraw it.
You should ask if you are not a fluke. I know times are
I,
desperate, but you cannot, because times are desperate, and go and carry gun and say you want to start stealing. That's what you are doing actually, if you don't know. It's just
mm,
that the altar has become haunted now. That's why people are crying.
mhm.
Because where do you expect the
Somebody
money to
said,
come from?
somebody said a pastor was preaching and say it's CBS, through CBS, that God is blessing people now.
Okay.
God is opened the door of heaven to.
And that's another thing. Religion in Nigeria it stays at religion. It's just religion. There is actually no relationship with God, really. Churches, large congregations, mosque, large congregation. But what's the issue with our heart? What's the issue with our heart? It's full of
That's
wickedness.
why it's not reflecting in our attitude.
Yeah, it's full of, because at the end of the day, if you get money from CBS, where do you think that money is coming from? And you know that money is not, there is no business backing it up. Which business will give you 100%? There is no business back. Where do you think that money is coming from? Is that those people are just charitable business organization that they are stealing from other places and they are giving you? That's the only explanation you can give to it. There is no business that can give you 100%. And the truth is that, like I said, some people are really not educated. Some people are in school, they got out of school, but they really are not educated. That's why I say financial literacy is important in Nigeria right now. So if there is anybody thinking about doing any sort of NGO, I think these are worthwhile endeavors that we should invest in. People can invest in your NGO if you want to give people financial literacy. Let people understand, because in fact, financial literacy is not only important for cases like this fraud CBS case. It's also important even for financial planning. It is important. People pay thousands of dollars for
Of
financial
course.
planning here. People pay a lot of money to seek
Mhm.
help, on how to manage their investment. These are people that already have money self. So, and you that you don't even have
Mhm.
much enough, there is a way you can manage it, that you can invest in, that you can make money in the long run. It will build slowly but steadily. There is no quick money anywhere,
Sure.
bro. There is no quick money, sister. There is no quick money anywhere. Anywhere, everybody, including the person that is preaching to you that you should come and invest in that, they are also looking for money. I see people say, so many people say they want to
Mhm.
mentor you, they want to teach you how to do digital, whatever. So you should come and pay. You see that money that you pay, that is their own way of making money. It's not what they want to teach you. If what they want to teach you gives them a lot
Exactly.
of money, they will not be chasing you about you come and invest in their this thing, in their boot camp.
To collect your own 5,000 for
They
training.
will collect your own money and they will become richer. And when they now cash out from everybody that has registered for their program, they will now show you their account number and say, you see, I'm making a lot of
Mhm.
money. Oh." And you will not realize that you are just the pawn. You are the one contributing to their wealth. And really, there is no quick
Yeah.
money anywhere. It's either you go to school, you learn a trade, you learn a craft, and you are very diligent and hardworking with it. Those are the ways, and the God of heaven blesses the works of your hand. And God of heaven will not bless nothing. He will have to bless something. There has to be something in your hands to bless. That's the way people make money. You create a business, an
Mm.
enterprise. That's how people make money. Money don't come out from anywhere from emptiness. It doesn't come out from emptiness. It comes out from ideas and enterprises. That's how money comes out. If you want to go and invest your money with somebody,
True.
ask what is their enterprise, what is their idea. If there is no enterprise and there is no idea, or if there is a faulty or fraudulent idea, you know not to invest in it. If you invest in it, tears and blood. Tears,
Mm.
tears, like this best case. So I know people are already down. We shouldn't kick whoever is down already by saying, but we know not to invest in this kind of things again. It's sad. It's a
Mm.
sad situation because there is little that can be
It
done. That
is.
money is long gone. It's long gone. It's long gone. I see FCC posting that we'll track them down. We do try. You cannot track anything. You cannot hold the law. Something that you do not track when the money was moving. You think between the last 5 days, that money would have gone to different channels or traceable channels. Now, there is nothing. There is nothing that they can do. Just go and pray to God and go and work hard to make another money. God will bless your hands. That money, Otilo. Otilo. Honestly.
More.
That money,
It
Otilo. And it's sad. It's sad that in
is sad.
big 2025 that people are still investing in a business that promises 100% return. Honestly, it's sad. It's sad.
No,
It's
I think people should also be weary in this as we progress in the world of digital currency, and all of this crypto tech and all of those things, that people should not be deceived by big grammar or
yeah,
beautiful nonsense.
yeah,
You know, there's nothing you cannot Google nowadays.
right?
You know, artificial intelligence is available for a lot of people, for everybody virtually. If you have a smartphone, you can use
Yeah,
artificial intelligence. You can ask questions and relate. And
yeah,
until you are certain and 100% sure, do not commit whatever resources you have.
yeah, yeah.
It,
Investing
do,
is
it just doesn't make sense.
investing in schemes you don't understand is can be likened to fighting an enemy you don't know anything about. You don't know their
Mm,
modus operandi, you don't know
mm,
their rules of engagement, you don't know anything. They are out to kill you.
mm.
An enemy that you don't know how they work, you don't know how they fight, you don't know their skills, you don't know their style. They will eat you. They will eat you anywhere. So when you invest in something you don't understand, you see, there are even good and legit businesses out there. But if you still don't
Yeah,
understand them, you can still fail.
true.
And those are legit businesses, those are legit
Hmm.
enterprises and ideas. But you can still
Hmm.
fail if you don't understand. So whatever you don't understand, don't invest in it. If people are
Mm,
pushing you to invest in it, do your research and get to a convincing conclusion that this is viable for me. And this is what I can do, that I know I can invest in comfortably. So it's sad, honestly. I think we need education. We need our government agencies to be more efficient at tracking monies that are moving around. They should be more efficient, and with many biometrics that you've done in that Nigeria, by now you should
Yeah.
be able to track everything and everybody.
True.
Honestly, when you will realize that our leaders go abroad, they know that they don't have to do things multiple times. Just go. If you go and just collect social security number or social insurance number in Canada, just get it. That is about it. Once they do that top print, they will have done that top print from your when you apply for visa, and that is about it. That is about it. And
Mm-hmm.
guy, if you want to try them, maybe they know or they don't know. Just do anything funny. That's when you know that they know where you live. You might have changed address multiple times. They know it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They know it. You will just see that they fish you out. So
Of
we should,
course.
yeah. So our government agencies should work hard. I know the current minister of is it interior now, is doing well with
Material.
passport processes and all that. If they can help us look into this, it's still part of it should be part of their
Yeah,
ministerial.
security and all of those things are under him.
Yeah, so you
At
should,
least policing.
and custom, right? So you should be able to
Mm.
know. We should be able to tell where are these monies going. There should be
Yeah,
digital traces. We should be able to be to be confident that people can do business with peace of mind. So what happens right now is that even legit businesses can decide to pack up with people's money. Honestly,
of course.
that's what it means. If these people
That's
are
it.
registered with CAC,
Okay, so the thing is that you have registered with CAC does not mean anything.
no,
It
I
only
mean,
means that you are legit to carry out a business activity. Do you understand?
yeah. What
All
I'm trying
right.
to say is that
But it is not. So when you are, for instance, if I was invited to come and invest in this business, and the
yeah,
person tells me that, oh, they are registered with CAC, so I then put it in. I'll go to CAC website and put the name of that business in
and I
CAC.
find it
I will see the details of what that business says they will be doing.
right.
Okay, so and if you say you are just an investor, I mean you are a consulting business or a
Yeah.
consulting firm, something clinic on technologies, and then you are trading or well, I don't know whatever it is they are doing.
Yeah.
They are using the name CBX.
Yeah.
I mean, is it CBEX?
Yeah.
So it's not correlating, and they didn't register CBX. They register something.
So that could have been the
You
first
know,
red flag, right?
yes, that is a major red flag. That okay, I've noticed that you have a name A, and then what you are actually showing me as the legit business or the big business owner is Z. So how do you expect me to trust that?
Hmm.
And I think there should be the FCC needs to, or security agencies in Nigeria need to work closely with Nigerian banks. You see that Nigerian banks are corrupt as well, or there's just something wrong, because many of these banks, these monies go through the banks. The
Right?
bank should be able to, if the bank notice that you are doing an activity, you are moving money that you are not, I mean, even that cannot be explained, they should flag it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you shouldn't wait until when everything they crash the website. Before they crash the website, they must have been moving the money.
Yes, now.
Maybe weeks before then, they must have been
Yes,
moving
now.
the money.
Very well. Very well. That money,
So
that's why I said the money is not.
somebody should have entered EFCC. Okay, we notice, or CBN, that we notice this so money is moving. But then it's
Even the
unfortunate.
bank officials might have invested.
Of course, where are those monies coming from?
Even the
I'm
bank
telling you
officials might
that
have invested.
civil servants went to go and borrow money from bank. They went and take loans. People that are complaining that their salary is small,
Yeah.
now on the basis of their salary, they went and take loan and then put it in a Ponzi scheme. So
Right.
the bank gave them the money. And I'm sure there are other people like that have taken money from bank. The bank
Yeah.
would have asked, what are you investing the money in? Anyway,
Right.
it's not the bank's money, it's not the bank's business. If
Yes.
I say I'm buying car and they're giving me car loan, they are not obligated the way it operates in Nigeria. They are not
Yeah.
obligated to notice to make sure that you actually use that money to buy a car.
Right.
So it just it's sad. It is unfortunate. I want to believe that Nigerians are not stupid, okay?
Right.
But desperate people can be smart people,
Hmm.
and desperate people can be very, very gullible as well, despite being smart.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is the problem that we have. It is our tendency to want to cheat the system, our
Right.
tendency to want to, sharp, sharp. Let me quickly do my own. If you win, now your luck.
Hmm.
I've
And they'll
seen
go and
people. They will
go and
say,
do testimony.
okay, leave him alone. Now in luck. When
Hmm.
somebody is doing something that is obviously wrong,
Yeah.
people will say, leave am jare na in luck. You sef go do your own. May we see.
Hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
All of this kind of easy, quick permutation that we do in our head for quick gain is what is, ruining all of us and, impacting us. And like Timley said, it's unfortunate we cannot gloat over people who have lost
Yeah.
their hard-earned resources. But then we hope that we all learn. In closing, can you just round up? Let's
Yes,
close.
I'll just quickly summarize what I have said before, that people should be on the lookout. They should watch out really, before putting money anywhere. And just be sure that what they are offering you is viable and is legit and is verifiable. And I just want to urge the government as well, to look into all of these things. These things cannot be happening. We know that our citizens might not be very well informed, and it's still government's place to inform people. Really, it's still government's place to protect the people, to understand the demography that they have, the kind of people they have, the population they have. If 80% of Nigerians, if although maybe 40% have gone to school, but 80% still remain really or relatively unlearned, they should understand that it is their place to protect them. Still, irrespective of what the citizens are made of, they will still be obligated, because when most of them are swearing oaths to office, they were saying they will protect lives and properties. They will protect the constitution. They will protect communities. And these are the things that we should stop being reactionary. We should stop, just reacting to things. We should actively engage things before they become a menace. Thank you.
Mm, Thank you very much. One last thing that I think we didn't talk about is the role of technology companies in all of this, like WhatsApp group. What is that major one they say they
Telegram.
use? Telegram. The amount of fraud that people do using Telegram, it's because I think he has the level of privacy,
Yeah.
whereby only the people that are in that group knows what is happening there. People are doing all kinds of things. Imagine thousands of people,
Yeah.
you know and I know that the company is responsible to protecting their privacy by not reading their messages.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate such that I don't know how we balance all of these things. Anyway, it's a discussion for another day.
Right.
Thank you very much, Timileyin. I believe it's been a very good discussion that we've had. So I hope that people learn.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Don't be greedy. Don't
Mhm.
attempt to cheat the system, because you might be you might think you are one, but your brother or sister or cousin or auntie somewhere
That's
has
lost.
lost, and
Yeah.
it is their money or resources you have stolen,
Yeah.
and you might think you are celebrating. Anyway, it is well. It's opinion sharers, and we've had the discussion today. So hopefully, by God's grace, next week, Saturday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll be here again to discuss another topic. So, thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for the comment and listening. Please do share with friends and family. Thank you. We'll see you again next week. Bye bye.